morning. Welcome back to Metropole TV and welcome back to BusinessAM. This is that part of the show where we have to sit down and tell you exactly what is happening within the economy and exactly where you need to put your money into. Now, it is 2020 and that means the people are looking for areas where they can invest their money and actually start charting for profitable ways in 2020. This morning, therefore, I am joined by a life coach in the studio who's going to take us through what you need to know about investments and life investment in general. I'm joined by Allan Lawrence. He's a life coach. Let's therefore get talking about investments in 2020. Allan, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Is it a happy new year for you? People are saying it's just a new year.
Yeah, it's a happy new year.
It's a happy new year. Why do people say it's a happy new year?
Because I'm very much optimistic. Yeah, you know, life is fair. It always gives you what you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah. Is that the only reason we should be happy about it? I mean, people are telling us that 2020 is not really a good year when we're talking about business-wise, that we should be getting ready for the toughest decade yet.
But you see now, it is a question of priorities.
Yes.
Where are your priorities? Because once you set your priorities, nature has a way of gravitating everything to work in your favor.
Yes.
So you just need to check on your priorities and areas you are going to invest in, because you need to invest in wisely. Because if you don't take calculated risks, then definitely it will be a tough year for you.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Allan, let's therefore get talking about investments therefore.
Yes.
And as a life coach, I think you really have the information that we really need this morning. Tell people exactly how and what to put their money into in 2020 and what are these mistakes therefore that you should avoid. So by the end of the year, you're not sitting and saying, well, this year, man, has been so tough. Let's wait for 2021. All right, now I just want us to know, when you're talking about investments, what's the first thing that you should know before you're saying, I want to invest my money?
The first thing is you just need to check on your personality and what you are passionate about.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, if you are doing something that you are not passionate about, challenges will come and it will get you out of the market.
Yes.
So for you to remain at the cutting edge, you just need to check on the passions and what will keep you going. No matter the profit, no matter what will keep you going? That is the question we should be asking ourselves.
Interesting you should be saying that. So the question therefore that should come out is this. Now we're getting told the investment options that are around you throughout. Guys have been told, get into a chama, buy land, get a car, put it into Uber, So how did you identify your passion? That should be the first thing that I should be asking you about this morning, because that's the first question that anybody listening to you is like, how do I get to identify my passion, man?
You see, because first of all, what might work for you doesn't necessarily mean that it will work for me.
Yes.
So you need to sit back and check on what can I just wake up, do even without the money aspect in it. First of all, before looking at it like what can I do without like being paid or without getting a profit.
Yes.
Now after you've identified that thing, now start looking for a way which you can now commercialize it, a way which you can generate profit out of it, both economically, both be it you are entirely being. But first of all, you just need to see what can you do even without a payment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how you identify your passion, isn't it? Therefore, I know you've interacted with people who are telling you and asking you questions on to advise them into getting into investments. What is this mistake that you see people, and I'm actually talking about the young people.
Yeah, exactly.
What are these mistakes that you actually see them time and again?
Most of the mistakes people do is trying to compare themselves with other people because the business worked for you.
Yes.
They think that it will work for me. They just venture into business because capital is there, everything is there, so they think they are good to go. No, you just need to sit down and have a plan, have a strategic plan for your business and everything, because if you don't plan, definitely you're planning to fail.
Yes.
So at the end of the day is you to have a plan, whether that business will fail or will succeed, because once the business might fail at some point, you can be able to go back, look at the plan you had and how you can maneuver around it so that you can come to the market.
Yes.
Another thing is most of us, especially as the youth, we fail because we are not making use of the of the current situations or current trends,
Yes.
so that we can harness business out of it. Why? Because in the society we are living in, being current is now the newest currency. So at the end of the day, what are you looking in the marketplace? What, for you to be relevant, you just need to study the marketplace. So you know, you cannot do like the business that used to do in 2010 and expect to flourish in this year.
Yes.
So you just need to play around with it. So
Yes.
you just need to be current.
I hear you speak, and you're saying that capital is not availability of capital is not necessarily the reason as to why you'd succeed in your investments. I mean, people cry about capital, and I do know every day that when you speak to them, most youth will tell you, man, I don't have capital. Why should capital not be the first thing that you think about when you're talking about investments, and especially in 2020?
Because if you do not have a plan,
Yes.
and you've not developed your soft skills,
Yes.
even if you be given how many dollars, it will be null and it won't help you. It will just ruin you. At the end of the day, you just need to develop your soft skills. Just develop your personality. Just see what will work best for you, first of all. Because capital is always in us. Develop your soft skills. Because if it is absurd, because let's say you give a child, let's say $10. You see, you are ruining that child if you've not developed their capacity, how to reason.
Yes.
Capital is always in your mind.
Yes.
So even if you be given however much you can be given,
Yes.
and you've not developed your soft skill, it's null and void.
Yes.
You've not developed your capacity, no.
Everybody's talking about this in 2020.
Yes.
Therefore, when you assess some of the investments that most youth go into, some people go into in Nairobi, would you say that there are some investments that are bound to give you the success that you need, and there are others that are not really suitable for you? Or an investment is an investment as long as you're passionate for it?
You can be passionate, but as I said earlier on, is you know, you just need to be current.
Yes.
Study the market. Study the market. What can make you relevant in the market? Because whatever you are doing, if it is, let's say, the Uber business, everyone can do the Uber business. But what people will buy your products or your services because of how unique you do it. So if you just go there like a rite of passage, definitely you will fail. But if you sit down and analyze, what can I really do that is so different from the other people? Because today people want to associate themselves with something that is unique. So what is so unique about your business? Somebody you can venture into the same business, but what is so unique that you're bringing into this business that people can identify themselves with you?
Yes.
Because people today will always buy the container before they get the content.
Yes.
So the uniqueness that you are bringing on the table, the uniqueness that you are bringing in the market, that is what will keep you at the cutting edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good thing that you're talking about market analysis, and that has been one of the areas that we've been trying to understand and talk about. Yeah. So when you get a young person who really wants to get into investments, and they're telling you, I think I need to know exactly how to analyze the market, how do you actually equip this person with this information that they need to properly analyze the market? I know that these are my opportunities, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and I know that I can get into this area and succeed.
Exactly. After you've looked at what you are passionate about.
Yes.
Also, after you study now the market, look at people's lifestyle, because the best area according to me, the best area somebody can invest in is if you can harness the area of people's lifestyle.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, there are some things people cannot do without them. If you can really plug in your passion into it, like if you're passionate about something, try and correlate and marry it with what people will really need,
yes,
not what people will want.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, try to see we have the information everywhere, and how powerful you want to be in any given field is based on the information you have.
Yes.
So for you to make a sound decision is always based on how you've studied the surrounding, how you've predicted like your business in the next like 2 years. How do you view your business? So when you look at it that way, you'll be able to analyze now the market and
yes,
see people, see the consumption of people, whether the goods or the services.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And one of the areas that everybody also wants to know is we're talking about proper investments, therefore, and this, from what I get from you, Allan, that this is almost like a journey, all right?
Yeah.
What is the process that you take, probably somebody that when you're coaching them about life and investments as well, what is this process that you take through your students, through just to make them ready, therefore, before they go into investments? Is there like a 5-step or 10-step process that they have to pass through before now you're sure now this person is ready, you can actually go and try out now?
You know, the first thing is it is always seen in the management of the small things you have.
Yes.
How you can manage 100 shillings tells me how you can manage whichever amount of money. But it all begins with them. We try to make them understand investment, because most of the youth today, we are poor, or rather the society, most of the people are poor, because what they are trying to do is trying to save.
Yes.
Instead of them investing. Because at the end of the day, you will save your money there. But your true value is not about the money you keep in the banks, but the true value is in the properties and the business you invest in.
Yes.
So what we normally do is after we've developed somebody's mental capacity and try to make them understand their passion and everything, that's when we normally ask them what now they can, which kind of business they can really identify themselves with. After identifying that business, and if they have now the soft skills, if they can now do the managerial part, now whenever they get now the capital, that's when we can tell them, okay, now you're good, but be careful not to compete with people who are like spending their profits and you are spending your capital. You understand?
Yes.
We reach in a society whereby now, as the youth, we tend so much to try to please people, and at the end of the day, we borrow. Like, people will always borrow for their lifestyles instead of them borrowing to invest.
Yes.
That's now the difference, because at the end of the day, you will borrow and post online how your life is doing well. People will like the photos, people will like whatever you are doing, but they will not help you settle the bills, or rather pay the loans. So because most of the, truth be told, most of the youth, they will tell you that capital is an issue, and they can have a chance to access to loans, but if we do not have a plan for them, we are going to fail. So we normally help them develop a plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, there's also another area that we have to talk about this morning, because now when we're talking about investments, therefore, have you had youth or people come to you, therefore, and they're asking you how to identify a social issue, business-related investment? Because now, that seems to be like the business idea for the century, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes. So how do you actually make them realize some of these opportunities before they get into it?
You know, even first of all, opportunities, business opportunities, they are not created.
Yes.
As per me, you go create them. Why should I say so? You go create a need in people. Like, you've developed, you've understood your passion and everything. So make sure you create a need in people, that these people, they will need your products.
Yes.
People will need your services. So after creating that need, after creating that zeal, that people, make sure that these people, they cannot do their lives without your service or your products.
Yes.
So one of the soft skills is, let's say you can teach without like necessarily going to the school, because like I have one who after school he was just there.
Yes.
Then we try to see what he's passionate about, and we realize that this guy is passionate in teaching. So you see now, we create a need to parents, like they need their children to go through like sessions in the afternoon. Like recently he was telling me, like, most of the parents, they are lazy to help their children do their homework. So you see now, he creates needs. He starts around the estates. He creates needs to parents that he can help their children do homework.
Yes.
You see now, he has created a job opportunity for himself.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, is you identifying yourself and create a need. Have value for yourself. Create a need that people cannot do without you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The other question that I really want to ask you, therefore, is that have people realized the need for life coaching? Especially when we're talking about investments, because everyone will tell you business is just the same. I just need to identify an idea and get into it. When you speak to some of them, the ones who've actually succeeded through life coaching and the ones who failed just before they got into life coaching, are people seeking life coaching before they get into investments?
You see, you can always take people to where you've been.
Yes.
And waiting to learn out of experience is at most ignorance.
Yes.
Why should I say so? Because once there are some things, some lessons you can go through life, there are some hardship you go through life, not because of any other thing. But that is where somebody was saying that you can turn, when life gives you lemon, you can turn it to lemonade and sell.
Yes.
So can you, like whatever you've gone through, whatever challenges you faced, how can you now commercialize them?
Yes.
And tells people that, you know, just come out and tell people that, you know what, I've been through this, and show them that because I was able to overcome such kind of challenges, I was able to overcome this kind of things to who I am today.
Yes.
You know, people like to identify themselves with stories. Not that kawaye thing whereby you tell your stories to gain empathy and or sympathy, but you tell people and you make people understand like they can still make it out of it. And you know, life coaching, everyone can be a life coach, but the difference now comes, how do you develop your craft? How do you develop your skill? How much are you ready to sacrifice so that you can develop your skill?
Yes.
So from that, you get some professional touch on your stories and everything, so that you can be able to deal with people and help them. Yeah.
All right, finally, Lawrence. All right, now, how do people get in touch with you, especially when they want to be life coached by you, and how long does it take?
Okay, it depends. You know, our services are tailor-made based on the need of the client.
Yes.
So people can get in touch with us via our social media. That's my social media at Allan Lawrence on Facebook, on Instagram, Allan_320, Twitter, Allan_320.
Yes.
Yeah.
Allan, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Now you don't know exactly what it takes, therefore, the importance of life coaching and knowing what you're getting yourself into before you actually start talking about investments in 2020. Allan is saying that capital availability is not the magic bullet to making sure that your investment is actually going to work. You need to know where and how to get into that business before you can put your money into it. Okay, that's exactly what we had for you this morning here on Metropole Television's BusinessAM, the first edition of 2020. Big things to come. We're talking money and businesses. I'll meet you at 11, 12, and 1 p.m. for Metropole News. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiagi. Good morning.